Miss Berger, do you want to be addressed as Miss Berger or Mrs. Johnson?
My title is Doctor, but you're welcome to call me whatever you like.
You want to be addressed as Doctor?
You're welcome to call me Madam. I don't...
Please
whatever.
assist me. How do you
Madam
want to be
is fine.
addressed?
Thank you. Madam would be fine.
Madam, am I right that at least we know one thing about the context of your testimony? And it is this, that you stand there believing that Oscar Pistorius lies and that he lied at the bail application.
U edele, ek kan net vir die hof vertel wat ek gehoor het daardie aand. En so verduidelik ek dit aan die hof.
Madam,
I can only tell the court what I heard that evening,
And so I tell it to the court.
and so I tell it to the court.
did you understand my question? If you didn't, please tell me.
U edele, as hy vraag weer herhaal kan word asseblief.
As you stand there and as you testified in chief, you do it from a perspective that Oscar Pistorius lied at the bail application and his defense is a lie.
U edele, ek kan nie verstaan hoe ek 'n vrou duidelik kon oorgil het en meneer Pistorius dit nie kon gehoor het nie. Ek verstaan dit nie.
I cannot understand how I could clearly hear a woman scream, but Mr. Pistorius could not hear that. I cannot understand that.
Dit is nie gesê in die voorverhoor.
It was not said in the pre-trial.
Shall I repeat my question? It can't be that difficult. Do you believe the man? Did you believe him when you heard what was going on at the bail application? Yes
U
or
edele,
no?
ek stem saam dat daar 4 skote was. Ek stem saam dat ek 'n man 3 maal help hoor skree het. Maar wat uitgelaat is die vreesbevange gille. The fear-stricken screams van daai vrou.
My lady, I agree that I heard 4 gunshots and that I heard a man screaming for help 3 times.
But what was left out?
But what was left out was the
Fear-stricken.
fear-stricken screams of the woman.
Petrified screams.
Petrified screams of the woman.
How do you get in this answer now to the man screaming? How's that relevant to what I've asked you?
U edele, ek dink dit was vir my is dit baie duidelik. Indien dit nie duidelik is nie, vra asseblief vir my 'n ander vraag meer duidelik.
I think that it was clear enough, and if it's not clear, please ask me another question.
Did you understand me when I asked you that where you're standing there and when you testified in chief, it was from one context, one perspective, that Oscar Pistorius lied at the bail application. It's either yes, that's what I thought, or no, I didn't think that.
U edele, soos ek gesê het, ek kan nie verstaan hoe meneer Pistorius nie kon gehoor het die vrou skree. So indien hy sê daar nie 'n vrou geskree het nie, moet hy asseblief aan die hof verduidelik hoe hy dit nie kon gehoor het nie. Daai vraag moet aan meneer Pistorius gerig word.
I cannot understand why Mr. Pistorius did not hear the screams of a woman. And if he did not hear the screams of the woman, that's a question that needs to be asked to Mr. Pistorius.
Well, I'm not letting you off the hook. I'm coming back to my question that you have not answered 5 times. But let me ask you this then. We know one thing from ballistic evidence and from some of the witnesses to be relied upon by the state. We know about one event that we call shot, and we know about another event that we call bangs on the doors, where witnesses described similar to shots of a cricket bat. You with me?
U edele, ek het nie die cricket bats sla op die deur gehoor nie. Ek het wel die skote gehoor en die gille.
My lady, I did not hear the cricket bat bangs on the door. I did, however, hear the gunshots.
How do you mean cricket bat bangs on door? Where do you get that from? That's not what I
U
put.
edele, nou ek herhaal wat hy vir my gesê het. Ekskuus, kan u dit dan duideliker vir my rig?
I am repeating what you said. Could you make it more clearer to me then?
Could there have been shots fired when you were still asleep and you heard the screaming afterwards?
Nee, u edele, daar's geen manier daarvoor nie. Ek het wakker geword deur 'n vrou se angsgille.
No, my lady, it's not possible. I woke up due to the petrified screams of a woman.
Can I repeat my question?
Ek is nog besig om te antwoord. Ekskuus, mag ek klaar antwoord? U edele, ek het 'n oproep later gemaak En toe was daar nog hulle en eers daarna was die skote.
I made a call later on, and
'n telefooncall.
a telephone call later, and then
I heard a petrified screams.
I heard a petrified screams, and then there was
The gunshots.
the gunshot.
Could there have been shots fired before you woke up?
Die edele, ek het 4 skote gehoor en dis eers na ek wakker is en sover dit my kennis strek, soos wat die verdediging ook sê, was daar net 4 skote geskiet daardie aand.
My lady, I heard 4 gunshots after I woke up, and as the defense also said,
There's only 4
there was
shots.
only 4 shots fired.
Madam, what was my question? Because I think that there's some misunderstanding between the two of us. What was my question? Can you remember it at all?
Die edele, natuurlik kan ek die vraag onthou.
So please tell me what it was.
Die vraag gaan die hele tyd herhaaldelik oor wanneer ek die skote gehoor het.
My lady, the question is repeatedly about when I heard the shots fired.
Maybe you must listen. I repeat. Could the shots have been fired before you woke up?
Die edele, daar's geen manier nie.
There's no way, my lady.
Why not? Why could it not have been the cricket bat that you hear bashing the door?
Die edele, ek het duidelik 4 skote gehoor na ek die oproep gemaak het.
My lady, I clearly heard 4 gunshots after I made the telephone call.
Surely you spoke to your husband about this.
Die edele, natuurlik het ek en my man dit bespreek, die traumatiese gebeure van dit.
Of course, I discussed it with my husband regarding the traumatic experience
Events of it.
of it.
How many shots did he hear?
Die edele, my man gaan self kom getuig aan die hof. Hy het ook 4 skote gehoor.
No.
My husband will come and testify before court himself, and he also heard 4 gunshots.
So your
5 or 6, 5 or 6. My husband heard a couple. He didn't know if it was 4, 5 or 6.
Ma'am, I have a difficulty. I asked you a specific question. You're absolutely clear. Also 4 shots. Ook 4 skote. As I reached to go to a paper, and you know what I was going to do, you changed your version. Why is that?
Die edele, ek het nie my man se verklaring gelees nie. Ek is nie bekend met alles wat hy in sy verklaring gesit het nie. Ek weet hy het skote gehoor en ek weet ek het duidelik gehoor dit was 4 skote. Hy het 4, 5 of 6 skote gehoor, het hy gesê. Ek het nie sy verklaring gelees nie.
You
My
remember-
lady, I never read my husband's statement. I do not know what the contents are. I know he heard gunshots. It was 4, 5 or 6 that he heard.
You remember when I asked you if you discussed it with your husband, you said of course.
Ek het sekere goeders bespreek met hom. Die vrou se gille,
I did discuss certain things with him. The woman's screams.
die edele, ek het ook gesê ek het 4 skote gehoor.
I also said that I heard 4 gunshots.
My man het gesê hy is onseker dit kon 4, 5 of 6 skote gewees het, maar daar was heelwat skote gewees.
My husband said he's not sure. It could have been 4, 5 or 6 gunshots, but he was not sure.
Ek het 'n punt gemaak om nie die verklaring te lees nie.
I made a point not to read the statement.
Which statement is that now?
Die verklaring wat afgeneem is deur kaptein Mike van Aert.
The statement that was took by Captain Mike van Aert.
Have you never read it?
Ek het nie die verklaring gelees nie.
I did not read the statement.
So when he took the statement from you, how did it happen? Explain to the court.
Van my.
What did he do by taking the statement from you? Or are you referring to your husband's statement that you did not read?
Die edele, ek het natuurlik my eie verklaring gelees, maar my man se verklaring is sy eie verklaring.
Of course, I read my statement, but my husband's statement is his own.
Die edele, verder is ons nie saam ons verklaringe afgelê nie, ons het apart ons verklaringe afgelê.
Furthermore, our statements was not taken down together, it was done separately.
Have you discussed the number of shots that your husband had heard with you?
Die edele, my man het gesê daar was klomp skote gewees, 4, 5 of 6 het hy vir my gesê.
My husband said there was a lot of gunshots, 4, 5 or 6.
My man se getuie is sy eie getuie. Ons het nie die getuienis verander nie.
My husband's testimony is his own testimony. We did not change or alter it.
Dit wat ek onthou is myne, soos wat ek dit onthou het daardie aand.
Mine is what I
Heard, what I heard.
What I heard that evening,
Dit wat my man gehoor het, is dit wat hy gehoor het. En ons hou by ons eie getuienis.
that what my husband heard is what he heard, and we are keeping with our own testimony.
What do you mean we did not change it? Are you talking on his behalf as well? We did not change our versions.
U edele, as my man gesê het hy het 4, 5 of 6 skote gehoor, ek is baie duidelik. Vir my weet ek, daar was 4 skote wat ek gehoor het.
If my husband said that he heard 4, 5, or 6 gunshots, I can clearly say that I heard 4.
Met ander woorde, my man het nie gegaan en gesê hy het 4 gehoor nie. Hy het gehou by hoe dit vir hom geklink het.
In other words, my husband did not say that he heard 4. He,
As I did.
he said what he heard.
What do you mean he stuck to what he had heard? When was that? If you say, hy het gehou, he stuck to it. When?
U edele, van wat ons gehoor het die 14de Februarie tot vandag toe. Dit wat ek gehoor het, is dit wat ek vandag aan die hof vertel.
My lady, from the 14th of February, what I heard that day, that is what I'm telling the court today.
En ek wil verifieer laas jaar, 14 Februarie 2013.
And I would like to verify 14 of February 2013.
I asked you about him sticking to his version. That's what you said.
U edele, ons
Could
is
you please explain that?
U edele, ons is onder eed hierso om die waarheid te praat. So ons hou by wat ons gehoor het daai aand. Ek kan net getuig oor wat ek gehoor het.
My lady, we are under oath here to speak the truth, and I can only testify about what I heard.
I'm asking you about him sticking to his version.
U edele,
Where do you get, may I finish? Him sticking to his version. Tell me about it.
U edele,
When did he stick to this version?
U edele, wat sal gebeur is wanneer my man in die hof getuig, gaan hy sy getuienis lewer soos wat hy dit gehoor het.
What will happen is when my husband comes and testify in court, he will give his version.
When did he stick to his version? Because that means one thing. He gives a version. When he's asked about it, he sticks to it. When did he stick to that version in your presence?
U edele, soos ek al voorheen verduidelik het, dit wat my man gehoor het hy bygehou. Dis wat hy gehoor het, 4, 5 of 6 skote. Vir my was dit duidelik 4 skote. Ons het nie gegaan en enigiets verander nie. Dit wat ek gehoor het, is wat ek gehoor het.
When was
My
it?
lady, that what I heard, what he heard, he stuck by it. He heard 4, 5, or 6 gunshots. I clearly only heard 4. We did not go and change it.
My question is,